What's going on, guys? Good morning. It's Wednesday, August 23rd. Thank you for joining into my live stream this morning. So there's not too much I actually have to go over today as far as stocks go. So far, pre-market or what's moving this morning isn't really that much, but I do have a few continuation plays to go over. And then as we always do, we'll jump into some of the pre-market movers. So thanks for joining in. Today we should be successful on being able to share the screen. Yesterday was a complete epic fail for that matter, so hopefully today is much better for all of you guys and we can continue to be successful moving forward. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing my screen. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear my voice right now, so that is definitely good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sharing my screen for you guys right now. Please enter something in the chat if you guys can for sure hear my voice right now. All right, sounds good. All right, so let me go ahead and start sharing my screen here. 1 second. All right, so right now we're looking at a stock chart of ZN. Okay, so this one was on my watch today for a possible continuation. And the reason I had it on continuation is more so for a breakout, because you can see yesterday, if you follow my chart here, my cursor. So yesterday pre-market, it shot up to about $3.40. And then once the opening bell came, it kind of dropped down, and then it ended up curling all the way back up to that high of 340 towards the end of the day. So going into today's trading, for ZN particularly, I'm looking to see if we can get a breakout above 342 and continue grinding. So if you look down here on a 1-year day chart, you'll notice that the stock hit resistance right at about 340, which makes a lot of sense considering that's where its 20-day moving average is. It's right at about 340, 343 on a 1-year chart. So that makes sense to see ZN hitting some resistance right in that area. So for me particularly, to want to go long on ZN, I would have to get a break above this area right here, 340, to see a possible continuation or run. And then there's really, I mean, there may be some resistance, but my first target to get over 340 would be $4. So if we can see a run past 340 today, I'm hoping to see a continuation and a run all the way up to the 340 price, or sorry, $4 price, which is right about here on my chart. Okay, so there's some things to look for. So altogether, ZN has a 49 million share float. Its short float is only 7%. It usually trades at an average volume of about $1.75. And right now, the volume is at 2 million shares. So it is picking up in volume. It's trading a little bit heavier than the average volume. So that is good. So for me personally, ZN, I'd have to get a break over 342, which is right in this area, to see possible continuation and a run, okay? So that's really all I have for ZN. There's not too much more to it. On the 1-year chart, we're finally starting to see some good green days coming into play. So I'd have to see a run past 342, which would be the break above the previous high of day, which would be right here, to see a possible continuation. So pre-market's going to start in about 7 minutes, where we're going to start seeing a lot more volume come into play. So really, I just want to see that ZN holds up close to that 342 range, and then we can get a clean break over 342. And then my first target price is going to be somewhere around $4. You know, you might see some resistance right at 350, but hopefully we can break clean through 350. Now, the next one I had on watch that I'm more so interested in ZN was WAC. Now, WAC for me is only going to be a good continuation play if pre-market ZN can start picking up and coming back up to the 70-cent range, which is right here. Let me put a price point there. So that's my continuation play, to get a break above WAC's 70-cent range. So if we can see ZN come into play pre-market, start moving closer back to the 70-cent range, we could see some nice continuation if it were to break through. It does not have any recent news, so it's more so just a technical breakout than it is any catalyst that's actually driving the stock price higher. If I look down here on a 1-year chart, you'll notice that ZN peaked out right at about here at 70 cents, which is the 50-day moving average on a 1-year chart. And that's why I kind of stress that it's so important to be looking at multiple charts for one particular stock at any given time, because if you're looking at a 1-year chart, you'll notice that ZN, or sorry, not ZN, but WAC stopped yesterday at a high of 70 cents, which was also right where the 50-day exponential moving average rests on a 1-year chart, okay? So some more background depth on the WAC. It's got a float of 34 million. Its short float is 10%, so a little bit higher, but not too high. And it has an average volume of 800,000, in which it usually trades at 800,000 shares. Right now, the volume is at 5 million, trading much higher than its average volume. So those are the key things that we look for is, you know, is it trading much higher than its average volume? Does that mean more traders are looking at it? And yes, it does. So this is the first big green day. Yesterday was the first big green day that we've seen WAC have in a while. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some continuation, but we just need pre-market to help us out a little bit and push that price closer up to 70 cents to get a continuation or a breakthrough on WAC, all right? So the next one on my list as well was RTNB. So I was thinking about shouting out RTNB yesterday just to watch it, you know, just in case. But, you know, with the way that it ended up ending the previous day on Monday, I believe it would have been. Yeah, so the way it ended on Monday, it gave me doubts that there would be any potential for actually running today. So I wasn't very interested in watching RTNB. But of course, you know, next thing you know, it ends up killing it. So again, the reason I have RTNB on my watch today is because of the move that it made yesterday. We see it make a huge move Monday in which the stock absolutely killed it. And then it ended up dying down towards the end of the day. Didn't look like it had much potential going into Tuesday. The next thing you know, Tuesday, it freaking kills it again. And so you never know. It could end up just absolutely crushing it again today based on the past couple days that it had. I'm sure that there's a lot of people watching RTNB right now to continue in playing into the day. So there's really no continuation that I would have for a break over $3.80. Right now, it found a bounce right off about $1.15. Okay, so for me to want to play this particular stock, you know, I might end up just waiting until the day plays out and to see how it plays. Okay, so there's no telling how this is actually going to work. So if you actually look at this chart, this is where it found support. So you've seen that it bounced here after hours. The real reason it bounced there was because of that was its resistance point on Tuesday. That's actually where it found some resistance. Old resistances become new support, so on and so forth. But if I draw this trend line for you, you'll see that's exactly where it found support. Right in that area was the Tuesday's resistance point, okay? Or was that Mondays? Maybe Mondays, I don't know. Okay, so with that being said, RTNB is on watch today just to see if we can get a bunch of volume coming into play. There's really no game plan I have here other than to see volume come into the stock, and then if a lot of volume comes in the stock and the stock starts to really move from there, I'll start just to look at playing different types of pullbacks and things like that. Okay, so personally, RTNB is just going to be on watch to see if we can come up with any sort of good play intraday. All right, so other than that, we can now go ahead and start hopping into the pre-market scan here, see if anything has changed. Okay, so nothing has changed so far on my pre-market scanner. Then again, pre-market is really going to open here in about the next minute. So personally, there's not much going on for pre-market yet. We got about another minute until it actually starts. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hop back out here. And forgive me, it's the first time using this. Can't even see anybody's chats right now. So 1 sec. Yeah. So, all right. So those are the 3 that I have on watch. We got about another minute here until the actual bell opens. So that's what I'm really waiting for. Today was kind of a slow morning in which I could find any good plays that kind of met my criteria. So again, the ones that I'm watching, WAC, ZN, RTNB for right now. And of course, you know, we'll just wait and see if anything comes of as soon as pre-market opens up here. And we got about, it just started. All right, it's going over here to the scan. Refresh. All right, so it looks like a few people are shouting out. We got WATT for continuation, ARCI, please, EXPR. So, Chris, I'm definitely going to go over EXPR here in just a second. NVAX, IMUC. So, all right, so these are all ones that I've already kind of looked at, all right? So we'll start at the top here from, you know, what I can kind of see, the most recent comments. Looking at ARCI, and I hope the charts are clear enough for you guys to see here. Shade, no problem, brother. Love to do this stuff for you guys. So looking at ARCI, let me clear up some of these drawings. I have a ton going on here. I need to clear some of this up so I can actually know what the hell I'm doing. All right, let me clear some of that up. All right, so ARCI, again, let me change over my time frame. Okay, so ARCI yesterday had a bunch of movement going on pre-market, hit $1.82 and stopped out. If you look down here on my one-year chart, guys, for those of you interested in ARCI, if you look at the one-year chart, we know that ARCI made these huge moves, and then yesterday was the first big red day that it had. So I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see this downtrend, all right? Now, the real question is, where could the stock potentially find any sort of support? Considering it's at about $1, the ask is $1.32. It's really sitting on a mental support, a little mental support of about $1.25 right now. It's possible that you could end up seeing it find some support right at about the $1.10 area maybe, just because that's where it found support, not yesterday, but the previous trading day. So you could find some support right about the $1.10, but I do feel that ARCI, considering the way that I trade, it's going to be another red day, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of movement. Now, the reason being is because a lot of people's eyes are going to be on, you know, RTNB and probably WAC because of the move it had. So when stocks make big moves, they draw a lot of attention and a lot of traders to that direction. So I don't feel there's going to be a lot of eyes on ARCI today to make a big move. Of course, I could always be wrong, but that's just my 2 cents on how I feel it's personally going to go. Now, let's see. There was another one in here. So IMUC. There's another one for NVAX. So Joel, don't even have to look at NVAX to tell you the background on it. I'm very familiar with the stock NVAX. NVAX is a stock that has a really, really, really high float, and it moves very slowly. A lot of institutions even have money in NVAX just because it's a lower price stock that moves very slowly. It's not super volatile. So personally, even just looking at it, maybe it's changed, I guess. Yeah, you see this big jump that it had pre-market, but if you look at NVAX and you just follow my chart, you'll see that this thing does not it just doesn't really make any big moves. So to make any real profit on the stock, it's more of a long-term hold. You're not going to be, it's not a very interesting day trade, if any. Okay, so NVAX, definitely not too curious. Now, Chris, let's go over EXPR real fast, just because you can see that it's made this huge jump pre-market. I did recognize this, okay? I want to spot something out that you have to be cautious of, and I hope that everything's going through very clear. Can somebody shout out in the chat, please, just so that I can make sure that the charts are coming up clear for you guys and the volume's coming through all right? So looking at EXPR here, so you obviously know that it made this huge jump pre-market. Charts are good, everything's good. All right, sweet. So it made this huge jump pre-market. Now, you may be asking yourself, why did EXPR stop out at 695? Why did it stop out here in this price area at 695? Well, even by looking at a 1-year day chart, you can't see why it hit 695. But if I change over the 1-year day chart to a 180-day 4-hour chart, again, if I change the chart over to a 180-day 4-hour chart, you'll notice that the 200 moving average was right at 695. And that's exactly where the price peaked out pre-market again. So that's why we watch long-term time frame charts to get a better understanding of where our resistances may fall. And if you look, EXPR's 180-day 4-hour chart shows the 200 exponential moving average resting right at 696, and that's exactly where the price peaked out on a 1-minute chart, was 695. Okay, so it does make me a little bit nervous because 695 is a huge resistance point of the 200 moving average on a 1-year chart. But on the flip side, if this stock can pick up enough volume today and really move, we could potentially get a break over 695. And right now, if you're looking at, let's see, a 5-minute chart, so even a 5-minute chart, it does look all right. It does look like it has potential. If this can continue to start curling up in pre-market, we might see a nice run out of it. But considering the move that it just made pre-market, there's probably going to be a lot of traders taking profits as soon as the bell opens. Okay, so I would assume that a lot of people are going to start taking profits as soon as the bell opens. So you do have to be a little cautious of that. And if that's the case, I would look for the first bounce to be around 625. And if it really, really breaks down, then I would look to find a support right here at $6. So first bounce would be probably about 625 area. If that really cracks, then I would probably look to get in right at about maybe 615, 200 moving average. So again, make sure you're following moving averages when looking for bounces. Right now we've broken the 50, so first bounce would technically be the 100, but that's very close. So I'm going to look for a bounce 625, 200, then $6. NGFT, just because it looks like a lot of people are shouting that out as well. Did I write that in there? NGFT, right? NFDT, maybe? Yeah, I can't even find NGFT on my chart. It's not even coming up for me. So I couldn't tell you what's going on there. All right, another one that I've seen a lot here in the chat is AVEO. So let me take a look here at AVEO. Okay, so AVEO has been running recently. That's good. Let me change this over. 1-year day chart. All right, cool. So AVEO has been running. Question is it going to be good today? So just by the looks of AVEO, the way that the pre-market looks, it did gap down. This is the highest the price that AVEO has reached in its whole year. 360 is the highest it's reached all year. So technically, it would have to break 360 for it to set an all-new 52-week high, technically. So it has found a little bit of support intraday, pre-market, right at about $3.40. So I would honestly look, to be honest, it has a spinning top up here. It does have a doji, a spinning top. at the top on its 1-year day chart. So me personally, this isn't normally the type of thing that I would play on AVEO. I personally feel that it's going to crack 340, and then we're going to see a nice sell-off, okay? And the reason being is because yesterday it didn't really show strong signs of upward momentum. If you notice, the stock didn't – let me draw some trend lines here. The stock didn't really have any strong upward momentum. It really just kind of bounced around up and down, and then it kind of consolidated sideways. And now it's even broken down pre-market. So I think once we crack 340, we're going to see a nice drop. And then in which case you might have the opportunity for a nice reversal play. And if you're going to do a reversal play, if AVEO, those of you trading, if you want to do a reversal play, look for like 5, 6, 7 red candles in a row before getting it on a good reversal play. All right. So let me pop on my pre-market scan, see if anything has really changed here. There's a few things that have changed. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick look at these. CIG, volume-wise, not super heavy. Okay, on to the next one. What looks good? MBVX. MBVX is trash, and so is NGTF. Oh, NGTF. So looking at NGTF, this does not look very interesting to me. The volume is very low. The charts are very choppy. This isn't something I would particularly play. If you're looking at a 1-year chart, you'll notice the highest it's ever gone is 50 cents. It never makes any really, really big, fast moves. It doesn't really spike. This isn't my particular, stock that I would normally play, so I can't really give you the best insight on NGTF. So sorry about that, but it's not my particular go-to stock. Another person shouted out IMUC. Taking a look at IMUC. See, and when I do this, guys, it doesn't really take me very long to go through the stock and figure out which ones look good to me and which ones don't, because I've been doing it for so long now that it really just takes me a matter of a few seconds to really see if there's anything or any potential that I would like to play. Another one we have is DNR. So we could take a look at FALC real quick. So FALC. All right, interesting. This is interesting. Okay, so FALC at 40. So this is one that I called out just a couple days ago on the live stream. FALC absolutely crushed it not too long ago. But if you look at the 1-year day chart, you'll notice it hit its resistance at 45 cents and then quickly came right back down. Okay. Now, yesterday, it completely sold off and it came right back up towards the end of the day to 40 cents. Okay, so the only way, absolutely the only way that I will play or would like to play FALC is it has to break 45 cents. If it doesn't break 45 cents, so looking on my chart here on the right, let me zoom out a little bit. It has to break 45 cents, which is this price point right now. Okay, so it has to get above 45 cents, which is this purple line down here. 45 cents is its 1-year day resistance of the 200 moving average. So FALC has to break 45 cents to be a good run. And so that's about it. FLC got to break 45 cents. I want to go ahead and take a look at ZN again, see if anything has changed here. Okay, nothing has really changed. So ZN is still holding up. ZN is still in that $3.30 range. So again, ZN can be a great play if it can break through 340. First target 350. Then after that, my next target would be around 375, $4. Let me take a look at WAC. Okay, so WAC, perfect example of a continuation that's breaking down. So WAC was not able to hold that higher price point of 70 cents. Next thing you know, it starts breaking down. So now it's starting to downtrend. There's nothing too appealing about it. Okay. CIG. So CIG was gapping up. I'll go back to it, see if there's anything good here. CIG, no recent news for the gap up. It's gapped up on very, very, very light volume. Okay, so you can watch CIG. It's still the beginning of pre-market. There's still 15, 16 minutes to go. So you can still keep an eye on it. And again, you know, there's 15 minutes till the market opens. So there is plenty of time for things to change. Robert, to answer your question, how am I syncing all my charts together? If you follow my cursor, look at where my cursor lies right now. If I click this little thing here, right next to where you search for your stocks, you'll have this little number, and you can click it and make it red, you can make it yellow, you can make it blue, and then if you go to all your other charts and you link them the same exact color, your charts will now all be in sync and change all together. FENG, I did take a look at FENG this morning, okay? Now, FENG, it's really hard to determine because it's been on such a good run recently that it did have its first red day, and then yesterday, and it actually was green, okay? So FENG does have potential. The only way that I would like to play FENG is if we can break 481 or even 470. But personally, the only way I'd like to play FENG is to break above 481 and then continue up towards the $5 mark. But then again, it's been on so many runs recently that it could end up just dropping, okay? So again, it is showing some upward momentum right now. So me personally, though, I would like to play it only if it can break 481, because if it can break 481, that means that it can continue running upwards, and we've now broken through its highest price point, I believe, in a whole year, if I'm correct. Yep, so FENG break over 481, that would be my particular go-to, but that's very far from where the price is at right now, okay? So time saver right there. So other than that, guys, that's really all I have for you this morning. So far, it looks to be kind of slow. There's nothing really very exciting on the gappers. IMUC is coming back up. IMUC is dead. I'm going to take another look at EXPR real quick. I want to see if this is curling back up. Okay, no. So EXPR is not curling back up yet. It's still slowly dying down. So I'd be very careful for those of you looking at trading EXPR for when the opening bell comes, because right now it's really just nosediving. Right now it hit 625 and had a little bounce. So again, watch them, just be careful. But again, that's all I got for you guys today. Kind of a slow day, nothing too crazy, not like the morning we had with JMEI and FALC and RNTB. So again, just to recap, WAC was on watch. It's starting to break down, not too crazy about it. Okay, and then we have ZN for a break over about the 340. I think that's what it is. We've already went over that, so I'm watching that for a breakout. And then RTNB, of course, is going to be on watch just because all the crazy movements that it's been having, I think that we can potentially see it run today. All right, so that's really all I got right now. Again, guys, I'm not too much of a swing trader. I'm not too much of like, you know, a short trader. I'm basically all long bias. So all the things that I do are strictly long bias and usually penny stocks below $5. And if you ever notice when you run your scans to see big movers, you will tend to find that most of your biggest gainers are penny stocks, okay? If you ever run through the biggest gainers list, you'll come to find that most of the biggest gainers are below $5. So that is why I like to play stocks below $5, because they tend to have the biggest run, so the biggest potential to make money very quickly, okay? So that's really all I got for you guys. So thank you guys for joining in again. It looks to see like I got my computer screen, everything sharing perfectly. So from now on, I will be sharing my computer screen every morning, Monday through Friday, a little bit before the market opens. End it soon so you can guys, or end it early, so that way you guys can start getting ready to trade. So all the links to all of our chat rooms, for those of you guys just joining in, all the links to all of our stock trading chat rooms will be in the description below, along with a few other links, maybe to my Facebook page and to our TechBud Solutions group, Facebook. So if this is the first time you're joining in, go ahead and take a look at the description or the link below, because then you can basically get into everything So that is all I got for you guys today. Once again, thank you guys for joining in. That was super fun. Super happy about it. So once again, thank you guys for joining in, and I'll catch you tomorrow, all right?